Hey Garage Golfers, Rolling here with Garage Golf, and I'm really excited to bring today's video to you. If you look up here behind me, we recently installed this past weekend the ProTee VX. I'm a little late to the party on this one, I know, but it's definitely one that I'm looking forward to bringing you our full review on. I want to walk you through all the pros and cons of this device. We're going to tell you a little bit more about what makes this device unique, some of the competitors to this device, and how this basically sets itself apart from some of them in certain aspects. And we're also going to show you some gameplay using GSPro as well. I'm looking forward to bringing that video to you, and that's coming up right now. All right, thanks again for watching and welcome back. Here at Garage Golf, we provide information on golf products, golf simulators, golf technology, and pretty much anything golf related. So if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe, click that bell notification so you're alerted of more new videos like what you're watching here today. Also, make sure to join our Facebook group. We'll put the information down below. That's where you can go as a follower here from Garage Golf, ask questions to anybody else in regards to any questions you have golf simulator related. It's a great opportunity, a great way to network with other people, other golf simulator users. Make sure to check it out. All right, so jumping right into today's video, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna walk you through some of the cool features on the ProTee VX. It's a dual base camera launch monitor. So really, really cool. No club stickers at all. Huge hitting zone, about 21 by 29 altogether. So if you have a smaller space, and you need to offset yourself for driver, let's say you have less than 15 feet of width, this is a perfect setup. Huge hitting zone, really, really cool. Instant ball flight, instant data, and no third-party subscription to a program like GSPro. I'm really, really excited to bring it to you. We're gonna go ahead and show you a little bit more about how we set up the ProTee VX. I'm gonna show you a quick video on that. When we come back, I'm gonna walk you through everything in regards to all the features of this software. We're gonna take some shots, we're gonna hit some different clubs, show you a little bit more around, and then we're gonna finish up that video with showing you some of GSPro. So I'm looking forward to we're going through all the steps with you and answering any questions that maybe you guys will have. So if you have questions, make sure you put it down in the comment section below.
All right, so one of the first things I want to do is walk you through the unboxing, which I'll do really quickly. It does come with a nice letter from the owner. I was really impressed with how they packaged the ProTee VX. As you see the foam here that protected the device when it's shipped. No issues with receiving it. Also has some stickers over the cameras to keep it nice and protected as well. So it's definitely a really nice setup the way you receive it in the box. It's ready to roll. Be careful when you take it out of the box. I will show you why here shortly and a little bit later on in this video, but it is quite sharp. And in the box here as well, you're going to get some cords. You're going to get a bubble level that you're going to put down when you go to calibrate the unit. This is going to be a Cat 6 cord, relatively long, probably about 25 feet. It does come with the device. You're going to get some screws and anchors, and then also a power cord as well. And then lastly, a USB-A to Cat 6 converter, and then a board that will be your calibration board as well. And again, back to being careful with it. I did cut myself at the bottom of this device, so you definitely want to make sure you protect yourself. In regards to calibration, what we did is we measured about 36 inches in front of the middle of our golf mat, our hitting zone, which you'll see here, which we indicated with a piece of tape. What we did from there was, in regards to that piece of tape, we got a laser level that you'll see here shortly in just a minute. This shows you that in relation to the golf ball on the floor. Laser level shot straight up onto the ceiling, which I'll show you here in just a moment. And that's going to indicate where we're going to place that bracket for the ProTee VX. So pretty simple process overall. I'll show you in just a minute how we basically detach that bracket. So it is shipped with it attached. Very simple. There's a little pin that you'll pull right there that you see sticking out of the ProTee VX. You're going to pull that and you'll be able to slide that bracket right out. Pretty simple process. That's the great thing about the ProTee VX is it's not screwed into that bracket. You're going to see Olivia slide it out there. And now we have the bracket ready to roll. So all we have to do is we used about 4 screws to attach that bracket that you'll see here on that laser line, just to make sure that it's nice and square. And I'm going to screw a couple of screws in here so you'll be able to see us attach that, obviously. And I know it's kind of hard to see, we had to zoom in a bit, it's a little bit dark, but once we had those screws in, we're good to go. And here on the ceiling you'll see it. I did circle it for you so you can see where we place that bracket. And then the next step was to basically slide that ProTee VX, and yes, you do see my arm shaking because it was a little bit heavy, so we definitely want to have 2 people doing this. But we got it in that bracket and we're able to lock it in. We ran that Cat 6 cord and the power cord. Pretty quite simple process. That Cat 6 cord will go straight to your computer, and that was overall a pretty simple process, just making sure that everything turns on and it's looking good overall. And then we're going to remove those stickers that came over the cameras that keep it protected. Pretty simple and easy overall setup. And then lastly, we're going to take you to the actual software installation as well. All right, so here you're going to go to actual website. It's on the box with a QR code. You can scan it. ProTee.com/setup, I believe, is the website. But there is, again, a QR code. It's going to walk you through the entire process, how to mount it. Again, you want to mount it between 9 and 10 feet from the floor, how to place that bracket, pretty much everything that we just walked you through on that video. And there is an actual switch on the back of the device that you'll turn on. And then lastly, there's going to be a link for installing the software, which we did here. And you'll click on that link. It does take a little bit to download, and then there was an update we had to do as well. But we'll walk you through that. So pretty quick, I'll speed that through this process here that you're looking at. And you can see a little bit more. Once we were done, we're going to click finish in regards to installing the ProTee Labs setup. And we go ahead and we're going to click finish on that. And then that's going to walk us through the entire rest of the calibration. It's going to validate our actual license, and you are going to get an email with your license activation code pretty much right after you order. So you definitely want to save that email, and we're going to use that to basically activate our license. So I went ahead and click here, fill out the information. And then on the next step, once you filled out all your information, it's going to actually ask you for your activation code, and you'll copy and paste that from the body of the email, which I'll blur out here on my side. And we're going to go ahead and activate that code as well. So once it's activated, you're going to get just a message saying that everything was done correctly. And then now it's going to walk you through how to go through the settings of your ProTee Labs itself. And that's going to walk you through that step by step as far as how to install this. Again, there was a mandatory update. It did take about a good 30 minutes or so. I'm going to speed you through that the process as well, so you can see that. But overall, pretty simple process with how to do everything here. Just want to kind of walk you guys through it so you know what to expect once you get the device. Once I downloaded the update, everything was ready to roll. Looking for more updates, and it will not find any because obviously we've already downloaded that. And this is going to take you to the settings icon, and this is where you're going to walk through some of the setup for the device, how you want to do certain things on here. And I will walk you through a bit of this later as well. You're going to obviously select your launch monitor, which is ProTee VX. And if you're right or left-handed, it can detect it. And then you're going to basically calibrate the system. So we're going to click on calibrate now, and this is where that board will come into play. So once we've connected the device, which I skipped that step obviously in the video, then we'll be able to actually calibrate it by putting that board down in the hitting zone. And now it's going to say open calibration, which we're going to click on now. And we're going to put that board down essentially and make sure that your floor is level. You can use that bubble level that came with it. My floor is pretty level. I've done this a couple times, so I didn't need it in this particular case, but it's a pretty quick process. Once you have it down, you're going to click to go ahead and calibrate world, which you'll see here. And it's going to take it through the calibration. It will also assign the hitting zone, which you can adjust as needed to your space. So mine was a little bit offset where I placed it. Not that big of a deal. We don't accommodate lefties in this space too often, but it is a big enough hitting zone at 21 inches where that's not really an issue. And then we want to go ahead and for game options, I'm going to walk you through more of this as well. I'm going to use this with GSPro. So I went ahead and detected that, as well as the game path. I went ahead and found my executable file there for GSPro. And I essentially just going to place that in there. So anytime I start GSPro, it's going to go ahead and connect to it automatically. So we'll walk through that a little bit later on in this video also. And that was pretty much it. Pretty quick and simple process. And we're ready to go ahead and test this unit out a little bit more in detail.
All right, here you see the finished setup here with our new drop ceiling. And there is the ProTee VX there on the ceiling. So got everything up and run. I hid all the wires. You can't see it, but there's a little hole there that I hid all the wires through and ran it across the top of the plywood board here that you're looking at. And then down the wall here. So I have a projector, and I just kind of ran the cords from there down the wall, and then from there right down into my computer setup. So that's pretty much what we have here going on. And then here is my computer station on this side. So there's my computer area in regards to this bay. Cool little couch area for us to kind of sit. And then got our camera. And then this is our second bay here that we're working on as well. The screen needs to be replaced. I'm going to be replacing that with a GSPro soft-piece screen, which is a great quality screen. And then again, this is our SIG 10 enclosure here in our facility. So this is our setup now. I'm going to be adding maybe one or two other ceiling launch monitors, hopefully, to this setup now that we have, just so we can have this here in our golf simulator facility. So overall, the setup was pretty simple, other than a bracket with a couple of screws that we had to put into the plywood board. Really, really simple setup with the way you slide in the device into the bracket, and then essentially there's a pin in the back that locks it into place. So if you even have a portable setup or you're doing it somewhere outdoors, you need to take it up and put it down again, something like this would work really, really well. So that's a really cool feature with the ProTee VX, that you don't actually have to screw in the actual launch monitor into the bracket. I do like that aspect of it a lot. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna hit some shots. We're gonna start with a 6-iron. I wanna show you some of the ProTee Lab software that we're gonna be dealing with. Altogether, the ProTee VX price, $6,500. So considerably cheaper than some of the other ceiling-based launch monitors out there. So we're gonna put this through the paces. We're gonna take some shots, and I'm gonna walk you through our experiences with this. We're gonna start with a 6-iron. I'm gonna hit a shot for you. I'm gonna take you to the screen. Again, 24 different ball and club data points without stickers. We're gonna show you some of the customness that you can actually add to the ProTee Labs. They just also added the ability where you can add third-party swing cameras, so it doesn't have to be a specific brand. They don't even sell their own brand. That's one thing that's really, really cool about that. So we're gonna have a lot of cool stuff to show you. I don't have the swing cameras yet in this particular bay, but you could use the Unicore swing cameras or even something like the Carl's Place cameras, both of which are on our website. I'll put the link down below. All right, so we zoomed in a little bit, so hopefully you can see the screen behind us here. This is on the ProTee Lab software, and we're just gonna show you the range for now, but I'm gonna show you a couple of different custom screens as well. Got a 6-iron, we got everything kind of ready to roll, so let's hit a shot. I have not warmed up, so we're not really worried too much about my shots here. We're just really worried about kind of what we're getting data-wise. Let's hit one shot here. Okay, kind of yanked that left a little bit. But as you see, instant, oh, almost fell over. Instant ball flight. I got that one in this particular case. I had a smash factor 1.38, total carry 148.4. I want to take you to the screen. I want to show you a little bit more about what kind of data and what kind of input we're going to get with the ProTee VX. All right, so here you see the actual range screen. I'm going to walk you through a couple of the different options here, but you have all the data points down here at the bottom. Let's say you want to change something out, like essentially, here's my carry, here's my apex. Let's say I want to change out apex and I want to put in something else with my club or our total launch numbers. Let's see here. Let's see exactly what I want is my total distance. So let's put in total distance. So you can come down here and change everything. So I have now carry and total distance down here at the bottom, which is really neat. We got all the different features. Again, 24 different points of data. And here's the range, so it's going to show you that. I can swap back to it. It'll show the ball flight in a bigger screen. So really cool there. And then we have the summary screen. I've created this one too. You're going to get your club impact. You're going to see a dot as to where you made contact with the golf ball, even without the stickers, which is nice. And then here I have side flight path, top flight path, all kinds of different things. Backspin, attack angle, dynamic loft, launch angle. Everything that you want and more. Swing shows the ball spin. Again, shows your club face as well. And then I can go in there and actually change my clubs if I want to here, or you can do an auto detect feature where auto detect it. Sometimes that works better than other times. So I do like to change my club personally, and I will do that on the next shot. Really nice clean video, not only where you make contact with what your club face is doing after contact. So obviously out to in there with that swing a bit. And if we go into history, you'll see all the different shots that you hit. You can filter that by club, whatever you want to do. Let's say 6-iron. It'll only basically do 6-iron shots, or you can take it off and it'll show you all your shots. So really, really easy. So one thing I do like a lot about this one, as opposed to something like Unicore, is I don't have to create a custom session per club. And I can come back later and actually filter through this at a later point and only show by club. You can filter it all the different things. And then if you want to just get your averages for, like, let's just say I only want to see my 9-iron shots and what I did with that particular club, then I have that here. We have all the averages and everything here as far as what we're seeing. So really, really cool stuff. I do like that a lot. Here's my own custom screen. And what I did is I came in here and picked the things that I wanted to see, and I created little boxes, and you can move these things around wherever you want. If you unclick this, you can move this around and adjust it, resize them, whatever you want to do. So this is how I kind of created mine. I got the range. I have my contact with the club face, impact, everything, side flight path, top flight path. It's going to give you things like launch angle, dynamic loft. A couple of these things I still need to adjust a little bit just to clean up a little bit on how it looks. But we got all kinds of cool data here. And so this is one of my favorites that I like to come to see pretty much everything. And again, you can adjust some of these down here as well to get you all the things that are really, really important to you. So let's take it off auto detect, and I'm going to put this on a 6-iron just for this next shot, because again, I'm going to hit a 6-iron. Let's hit one more shot for you, and we'll show you some more data. And again, from where you place the ball, and you can't see it now because I zoomed in a bit, to where the launch monitor is, it's going to be right about 3.5 feet in front of that ball. There is a large hitting zone, so you can manipulate the hitting zone a little bit. But the one cool thing again is if I were to be a righty here, let's say I had a wall right here to my back, I could offset with the driver and place the ball as far as over here maybe, and then swing a club. Or in this case, because I do have the wall as a lefty, and let's say I wanted to swing a driver here, I couldn't because I would hit this wall to my back. But now if I move this over here and I want to hit a driver, I could put it like on a ProTee essentially, and then hit a driver possibly and give me a lot more room to swing. So you could probably get away, if you traditionally need 15 feet of width, you can probably get away with something like closer to 13 feet of width because of the size of that 21 by 29 hitting zone that we're looking at. So let's hit one more shot. I'm going to keep it on this screen now. I'm going to take a look and see how we do. Okay. A lot harder to see, obviously, probably for you guys, but everything is on the screen, all in one place. Better carry, 156.3. Total distance, 178.5. I'll take you back to the monitor and show you a little bit up close. Again, there's my contact with the club face. As you see, no stickers on the club, nothing needed for that. Range, you'll see your ball flight right there. Nice and easy, gives you your apex, 60.8. So really neat. I mean, everything on here is pretty awesome. I mean, as far as what you're getting data-wise, you're getting instant feedback, you're getting everything that you need, nice clear imaging with the club face. Honestly, I hadn't really tested the ProTee VX in too much detail, but the moment I did at the PGA show, I knew I had to buy me one, and that's why we did some construction to get everything in here. But I'm a big fan of that, this device overall, 6500, a lot of really pros, you know, that you're gonna have in regards to different features. And I'm gonna show you how to integrate with GSPro here in just a minute as well. But I'm a really, really big fan of the ProTee VX. Now, let's hit a driver shot really quick just to show you that, and then we're going to take you into GSPro and show you a little bit more there. All right, so one other really cool feature with the ProTee VX is that it works in various lighting situations. So a lot of times when I'm not filming a video like this, I'll be in complete darkness other than a pinpoint spotlight, which I still need to put in this bay. But if you've seen some of my other videos, I just have a spotlight that kind of shines down. So if you wanted to have a more immersive setup, Olivia, will you kick the lights off for me really quick? I want to kind of show you, obviously, a difference in the quality of image. So you're going to get a much more clean image with the darker environment. I still have the camera lights up, so you can kick it back on. Then you can have basically just a spotlight, and the ProTee VX will be able to read it even in darker conditions, which is really nice. So let's hit a driver shot. I'm going to put it back on the range screen just so I can show you a little bit more. You'll be able to see that a little easier. And we'll hit a shot there. So let's hit a shot with the driver and see if we can do that without embarrassing ourselves, hopefully. Let's hit a good shot here. All right, not great, but not horrible. Got a total carry of 205.9, 236 total distance. We'll take you back to the computer one more time. And here we see the driver hitting the club face. Again, like with anything else, you want to use a tee that would either be probably black or blue. Traditionally, black works really well. Anytime you use a launch monitor, stay away from white tees because a lot of times it'll confuse the tee and the ball. So in this case, it's a blue tee. Seems to work just fine. You're going to see the club face again. And then if I go to my custom screen, it talks about attack angle, swing path out to in. Still got to work on that in to out swing. As you see, obviously, I'm left of the target line with my club face. So instead of me going this way, I'm coming this way. I need to work on that a bit, which is also why we saw the ball flight that we saw. So again, it did change the club. You see a driver now. You see where I made contact with the club face. So lots and lots of cool stuff here. Again, there's a history screen, video screen. I would like to see one thing that I can't figure out. So if you guys know how to do this, I think I remember seeing this at the PGA show, but I may be mistaken. But I would like to have a screen, the setting where it actually just rotates through the different screens after you hit a shot, maybe every 4 seconds or so, just to kind of filter through all the different screens. I do like the custom screen, but sometimes these screens are a little bit small. So that would be one feature that I would like to maybe implement into this. But other than that, I mean, I really have no complaints with anything here. Again, this is just an initial review and some testing. I've tested this a couple times in different scenarios, but now there'll be a lot more videos coming out on the ProTee VX because I'm really a really big fan of this device overall. There is a tutorial that will show you what to do on each screen, just in case you're wondering. There's a question mark here. Here on this one, it is going to report any kind of issues you maybe have with your device. This is the settings tab. This is where we're going to go now to basically interact with GSPro. But there's a customized screen you can do. I pretty much haven't changed a ton of this stuff, but I left it basically the way it is. Device, which device you're using. The one thing is when I did set this up for GSPro and I initially tried to connect, it did say I needed to contact ProTee VX customer support, which I did, and then they gave me pretty much access to it instantly. I already had a GSPro account and had paid for that. So it's just a matter of them integrating it. It was a quick thing, and I got an email back pretty quickly, but it is something you may have to do if you buy a ProTee VX, just so you're aware. I did turn on shot recording, so it keeps a history of all my shots. And again, later on, I'm going to add swing cameras in here as well, so that'll be something else that we add to the setup in this particular bay. So if we want to connect to GSPro, we're going to go here to Game Options. Here you see GSPro listed. There are different options: ProTee Play, E6 Connect, GSPro, Creative Golf, TGC, and GC. I'm not sure GC what that is yet. That might be, I know they're rolling out a new software. That might be something down the road that we see. We showed that a little bit at the PGA show, but I don't know if that's it or not, to be honest with you. I'm going to have GSPro selected. I went ahead and found my executable file for the game path and put that in there and saved it. So now all I would do is I would hit connect here, and it's going to connect to GSPro. And I did have a Unicore device in here before, so I did have to go into GSPro directly and change it to the GSPro configurator, basically to change it to Open API, which I've done as well. So let's go ahead and pick GSPro. Now the first thing we want to do before we click that connect button is we want to go ahead and start GSPro. So we're going to go ahead and hit start, and we're going to hit the play button. And we're going to see GSPro pop up. And here you see the Open API. Right now it says not ready. I think that will be because, let's see, I want to put a ball in the hitting zone. Okay, so we're not ready quite yet, and now we're ready. So it automatically connected, because if I come back in here to the ProTee, I did click on Auto Connect, so it automatically integrated and connected. So now we are ready to roll here. And you can have it where you can duplicate the screen like I'm doing right now, or you can have it where you just have ProTee Labs on one monitor and GSPro on another. It's completely up to you how you want to do it. But for now, I'm just going to have GSPro up on both. So if I go into GSPro, what we're going to do is just going to click a local match. I'm going to pick one of the first courses I find. We'll pick Abacoa Golf Club. We're just going to play one hole for you just to show you how that interacts really quickly. You're going to see it's a pretty smooth and easy process altogether. All right, so we're playing one hole with GSPro now. They're interacted together. They're basically ready to roll between the two devices. Pretty simple process overall, as you can see. We're playing the first hole at Abacoa Golf Club, which is 413 yards. I'm going to take a shot with the driver for you, and then we're going to show you instant ball flight. There's no delay. There's no any issues between GSPro and the ProTee VX. So let's hit a shot. And again, horrible golf aside, we're just kind of showing you, the interaction between the two. Let's see if I can get a good drive out there for you guys. And the answer is no. I'm going to slice it all the way to the right. As long as I can hit the next shot, then I'm still happy. All right, so you saw that instant shot. I can go back to ProTee and see all the numbers, see my video replay again if I want to do it that way. And but I'm ready to roll. Let's hit our second shot here and see how we do. All right, and when you put a ball into the hitting zone, you're going to get an audio indicator, just letting you know that you're ready to hit your shot. And there you hear it. So now I'm ready to roll. I'm going to try to hit a 5-iron to see if I can get it back into that fairway and give me a good opportunity, hopefully still for par. Fat little shot there. Not a great shot again, obviously. Still in the rough too. 126 yards away now. And when you're setting up this into GSPro, I believe you can have the option to select the launch monitor data, or you can select the data from GSPro. I just leave it on the standard setting, which I believe is GSPro's, but as you can see, interaction between the two is working great, and there's no delay. We can go through a round really quickly this way. I got an 8-iron. I'm in the rough. See how we do. All poor shots today, but that's all right. I keep it real here at Garage Golf. Let's try to chip this onto the green. We got a tough little right to left breaker, and we're only 7 yards away. I'm just going to try to duff chip one onto the green, hopefully. Oh, hit the flagstick, and I'm now good. We're in the gimme hole. Putting works great too, just so you're aware. It will show you an audio indicator on the putting aspect when you do hit a putt. Same way with your right, left target line, everything. But overall, pretty simple, pretty intuitive design between the two. No issues at all with GSPro. I have not tried other software programs yet. I think E6 Apex will be coming out down the road according to our talks at the PGA show. So I will be testing other software on the ProTee VX down the road as well. Let me know if there's something that you would like to see specifically. All right, so as you see, the GSPro interaction is really simple and easy to set up, and overall, pretty neat whole concept with the way they two interact. It's pretty simple setup. I do like how it auto connects. That's a nice feature. Very comparable to some other launch monitors out there. Now, let's talk about some pros and cons in relation to some of the competitors out there. Obviously, you know some of the big names, Unicore IXO, TrueGolf Apogee. Those are two that we typically also sell to other clients. And now we got the ProTee VX. Now the ProTee VX is by far one of the cheapest options. I have not tried the Unicore IXR yet, so that's something that we also may see in the future here at Garage Golf. But there's really a couple of pros that really stand out to me. One is no club stickers whatsoever. That's nice. Even with the Apogee, to get angle of attack and a couple other things, you have to have a club sticker now. Not enough where I would probably even put club stickers on as a mid-handicap golfer, as you see my swing, obviously. And I don't get enough time in here anymore like I used to, but it's something I'm working on, trying to devote more time to getting in here and getting some real swings in other than on video where I embarrass myself in front of the entire world or whoever's watching. So all 17,000 of my subscribers. But really cool. I mean, I like it. It's nice that there's no stickers required in regards to that. Number two is the price. Obviously, the price is one of the lowest ceiling-based launch monitor options. Just have to mount it between 9 and 10 feet from the floor, just like any other of the ceiling-mounted launch monitors. It has some AI built into it with how it determines the club face technology. Not as much in depth as like the Apogee that gives voice commands. So obviously, we're not quite there yet with this particular device. But it's really hard to beat the price. And honestly, for what you're getting, the instant feedback, no club stickers. I'm a big fan of the ProTee VX as well in relation to that. And now the ability to now add third-party swing cameras to also record your swing, which I will try to show you guys in a future video. I'm having a really hard time finding too many cons with this device, in all honesty, and I always try to keep things realistic. I always feel like there's room for improvement. I would like to see the ProTee Labs have the ability to kind of filter through some of the different screens at some point. And of course, they're working on their own software, which will be something that will be competing against programs like GSPro. So I'm curious to see how that rolls out as well. But overall, really pleased with the ProTee VX. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Is there something you'd like to see or a video that we can do for you to show off a unique feature? And of course, remember that this is what I do here, guys. I'm here to help you with your golf simulator builds. So we do free consultations. You never pay us a single dollar more than you would pay directly through a vendor. So if you are contemplating building your own golf simulator, please reach out to me, Roland at mygaragegolf.com. That's what I do. Again, there's no extra charge to you. A lot of times I can help save you a little bit of money however we can. And that's my main goal. So we're here to work with you and your needs at home. So don't hesitate to reach out to me anytime. All right, so that pretty much wraps up today's video. I thank you guys for hanging out with me. As always, going to try to continue to pump out more content here. Getting kind of swamped with some of the business aspect of things. So trying to get more into doing the YouTube stuff. This is what I really enjoy the most about what we do here at Garage Golf. And this is how I got my start. So hopefully you continue to see more videos like what you see here. Keep an eye out for some other videos. I got a couple of different launch monitors that we're going to be testing for you guys. If there's something specifically you want to see, please let me know. But we're going to do some more launch monitor content here coming up really shortly. As always, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Reach out to me, please, if you guys are interested in building a golf simulator. I want to be your go-to person for that. I'm here to be an advisor for you. I'm not here to sell you anything, honestly. These products sell themselves. I would just give you honest input, honest advice based upon our testing at home. So until the next time, as always, keep on golfing. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks again.